negative 30 degrees, which is pi over 6. You key in exactly what you see in your calculator to get the principal values. No need to care about whether it is in the first quadrant, second, third, or fourth. No need to care about positive or negative values because your calculator is programmed to give you principal values. Okay? Is this straightforward enough? It's as simple as it gets, really, huh? So next one, part B. Back to my radian mode. Part B says find the principal value for tangent inverse 1 over root 2. Now, we know that tangent inverse 1 over root 2 is not going to be a special angle. Because the special angles will be root 3, 1 over root 3, and 1. I mean, after you evaluate tangent. So, straight away we key in inverse tangent 1 divided by root 2. You get 0.6154, blah, blah, blah. So rounding off to 3SS, 0.615. Literally key in what the question says. And last part, part 3, cosine inverse negative root 3 over 2. Okay, root 3 over 2, is that a special angle? Yes, it is. What value? Okay, so when it is a special angle, right, and because when we key in radian mode, it's very difficult to tell what it is in terms of pi. So I like to change it to my degree mode. Then I key in exactly what it says. Inverse cosine negative root 3 divided by 2. And it tells me it is 150 degrees. So 150 degrees, I know that it is 5 pi over 6 in radian. So this is simply 5 pi over 6. Any questions? Okay, then next, question 10. Anybody needs help? A? Who needs help for A? One, two, five. No, I'm not going to explain it. You see me after class because I don't think many people need that explanation. Okay, 10A. Cotangent 2x minus 10 degrees is tangent 70 degrees. So I see a cotangent and a tangent at the same time. I would like to change them all to tangent. Okay, so this is 1 over tangent 2x minus 10 degrees. And on the right hand side, I've got tangent 70 degrees. Think about it, if I change this to over 1 and then you multiply, you're not going to simplify anything. Okay, so that's not the way to go. Recall your tangent over here. If this is 20 degrees, this is 70 degrees. Let's call them A, B, and C. We can tell that tangent 70 degrees is B over C. At the same time, tangent 20 degrees is C over B. And we see that there is a relationship between tangent 20 and tangent 70. The relationship is that they are reciprocal of each other. Meaning, tangent 70 degrees is the same as 1 over tangent 20 degrees. Can? Okay, so this is equal to 1 over tangent 20 degrees. So what this means is that comparing the denominators, since the numerators are the same, we have tangent 2x minus 10 degrees equals to tangent 20 degrees. Okay, now we are able to do this as for any other trigo equation already. First, is the right hand side positive or negative? Positive or negative? Positive. So this tells me that 2x minus 10 degrees is in first and third quadrant. The next thing that we do is we find out the range. Since x is between 0 and 360 inclusive, 2x minus 10 degrees, be from negative 10. 2 times 360 is 720 minus 10, 710 degrees. This is our range of 2x minus 10 degrees. Then I told you that let tangent alpha be equal to tangent 20, which is simply a number that we can calculate out. Okay, so tangent 20 degrees, make sure you're in the correct mode, 0.36397. But I don't want to write this down. I'd rather leave it in the exact form. So my basic angle alpha is, in this case, what do you think it is, alpha, basic angle? Get this value, then tangent inverse again. Is that a smart thing to do? Okay, look. Tangent alpha is tangent 20 degrees. What do you think alpha is? 20 lah. No need to inverse tangent again, right? And then your calculator will tell you 20 again lah. Okay, so this is 20 degrees. This is the basic angle. Now that we know the basic angle, and I know that the angle is in the first and third quadrant, I can write now 2x minus 10 degrees is 20 degrees. That's in the first quadrant. Then in the third quadrant, what do I do with 20? Okay, 180 plus 20 degrees. Check, keep on checking whether it falls within your range. Any reason to minus 360? I will fall out of the range, isn't it? But is there a reason to plus 360? Yes, okay. So 360 plus 20. Do I need to take 360 plus 200? Because this is 200, right? Still can. Okay, 360 plus 200. Any more or not? No more already. If I plus another, this is 380. If I plus another 360, I fall out of range already. Okay, so I stop here. Which tells me that I've got 20 degrees, 200 degrees, 380 and 560 degrees. I'm sure you can find out X yourself. Yes? Do we need to let that? You don't have to. In fact, there is one step that you can skip. It is over here. All this you can skip. If you know that this is your alpha, the first thing you write is your basic angle. Everything else you just evaluate. Okay? Any questions? But I will strongly recommend that you still continue to write your alpha. Easier for you to check your answer next time also. Then who needs help for part B? Part B, raise your hand. Okay. Two cosecant 3 over 2x minus 80 degrees is negative 4. So cosecant, I need to change it to 1 over sine. 2 over sine 3 over 2x minus 80 degrees equals negative 4. I always, recap, I always must change it to sine theta equals to something, cosine theta equals to something, tangent theta equals to something before I can proceed. Where all this theta is in terms of x. Then this side, based on the sign, positive or negative, tells us the quadrant. Then you get your basic angle. Then you find out what theta is, find out what x is. Okay, it is always these few steps. So at the moment, I don't have it in the form sine theta. I have 1 over sine theta. So make sine theta the subject. Sine 3 over 2x minus 80 degrees is negative half. Now I have it in the form. I look at the sign, it is negative. So I know 3 over 2x minus 80 in quadrant 3 or 4. Now I look at the range. X is between 0, 360, 3 over 2x minus 80, negative 80 degrees. So 3 over, where half? Just make the denominator the subject. So this is my range of 3 over 2x minus 80. Again, let sine alpha be equals to half. Alpha is inverse sine half. What is the angle? Have you all memorized already? 30 degrees, right? So now we have in quadrant 3, 3 over 2x minus 80 degrees must be in quadrant 3 with basic angle of 30 degrees. So the angle must be 180 plus 30. Now in quadrant 4 as well. So 360 minus 30 degrees. Now based on these two, do they fall in the range? Okay. Do I need to minus 360 to either of them? Do I need to? Yes? Which one? This one can minus 360 or not? Minus 360 out of range already, right? But what about this one? If I minus 360? Can, right? Okay. I get negative 30 as one more answer. It falls within the range. Okay, now the minus 360 is done already. Do I need to consider adding 360 to any of them? No, because if I add if I add 360 to this, it falls outside the range. That is a bigger value. I add 360, obviously it's out. If I add 360 to this, I get back this answer. Understand? So these are the three answers for 3 over 2x minus 80. So you can solve for x yourself. Three answers. Anybody needs help for part C? Secant 2x plus 55 is cosecant 40 degrees. Change that into your sine, cosine. 1 over cosine 2x plus 55 equals to 1 over sine 40 degrees. Okay, so far? So now we have cosine 2x plus 55 is sine 40 degrees. Is this a positive or negative value? It's positive. I actually can start working already, but I want to let you know that, okay, from here can you find the basic angle? Is it 40? Okay, let's try. This one is positive. So we know that 2x plus 45 degrees in quadrant 1 and quadrant AS2. Yeah, but this is just a number that you can evaluate. It's just a number. Do I need them to be the same? I can. Do you know how to make them? Do you know how to change sine to cosine? Right angle, triangle. This is 40 degrees. This must be 50 degrees. Again, my A, B, C. Sine 40 degrees is? What is it? Sine 40? B over C. What do you notice about cosine 50 degrees? B over C also, right? Remember I told you about the word COSINE, complementary. They add up to 90 degrees. Remember I said that when I talk about the names? Yeah, as long as I know that these two add up to 90, my sine answer will be the same as my cosine answer. So if you want, you can change it. This becomes cosine 50, yeah. No need, we all know that it is like this. Okay, so now, basic angle. As long as you change it to this way, can you tell what the basic angle is? 50 lor. If you didn't change this, can we still tell the basic angle? Yes. Also can, your calculator will tell you it's 50. Okay? Alright, so let cosine alpha be equals to, either you write sine 40 degrees or you can write cosine 50 degrees. Now if you choose this, then it's very clear alpha is 50. If you do it this way, inverse cosine, okay, inverse cosine, then sine 40. It gives you exactly 50. Can? So it still gives us alpha equals to 50 degrees. Based on this, I know that it is in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. Oh, I haven't found the range yet. Okay, let me just put it at the bottom. So x is between 0, 360 degrees. 2x plus 55 degrees. 2 times 360 plus 55. Got a bigger range now. So we have 2x plus 55 is the first angle 50 degrees. The second angle plus quadrant 2, right? So plus 180. 50 plus 180. Any comments at this point? You should realize something. Any comments? Can I accept both? Keep checking the range. The minimum value is 55. So this must be rejected. Alright? You put in extra answer, you also be wrong. Okay, if you want, you can continue to evaluate. Then there will be a negative answer that you must reject. Okay, I'll show you how it is done. So now I still need to plus 360 because this range is very big. Plus 360 to them. 50 plus 360. I'm very lazy to write all this down. I can just calculate. 180 plus 50 plus 360. 590. 410 plus 360. 770. I've got another one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 answers, but I know that this is going to be rejected eventually. So next, 50 minus 55 is negative 5 over 2 degrees, so I reject this. That's the first one. So the next one you can evaluate yourself already. Okay? Any questions? Do you have another test today? Then why I hear center of gravity? I don't know, I just heard it. Okay, part D, anybody needs help? Part D, anybody needs help? Cosby, do you do your work?
Yes, I did.
Is Cosby the only one who needs help?
Yeah.
Anybody else needs help? Raise our hand.
Question 10 and principal value very hard.
Sine half x plus 70 equals to negative sine 120 degrees. Okay. Is this simply a number? It's simply a number. Is it a positive or negative number? It's a negative number. Sine 120 is? Sine 120 is 0.866. Do you recognize this number?
Yeah.
What is this number? This is square root 3 over 2. So this is negative root 3 over 2. You better have memorized it. So we know that half x plus 70 degrees in quadrant. Which quadrant? 3 and 4. So we need to write down our range again. X from 0 to 360. Half x plus 70 is from 70 to 180 plus 70, 250. Let sine alpha be equal to root 3 over 2. Note revision. When I'm looking for the basic angle, I ignore negative sign if any. In other words, take the modulus. Just conveniently leave it out. Because the sign will be taken care of by the quadrants. So alpha, do you know what is the value of alpha without using calculator?
Yes.
How much? Degree. 60 degrees, Now, basic angle is alpha. What is then the value of half x plus 70 degrees? If it is in quadrant 3, what is the value? 180 plus 60. In quadrant 4, what is the value? What's the value? 360 minus 60 degrees. Okay, first, do I need to minus 360 for any of them?
No.
Cannot, minus will become negative value already. Are both answers acceptable? No. Only this one is acceptable, 240 degrees. This one is out of range. It's up to 250 only. Based on this, do I need to plus 360? No need. Go and get the value of x. Yes? From here, change to negative sine 60. Can. And then you get negative root 3 over 2 lah. Can. Any other questions? If not, question 15, anybody needs help? 15. Okay, sketching I think there's no problem. Part 2. Sine x cosine x equals to sine x. What do we need to do for this? Since you already sketched y is tangent x and y equals to sine x. What should we do with this equation? What should we do? Come on, help me out so that I can proceed because one of the questions got error in the answer. Y divided by sine x? I've got tangent x and sine x. What must I do? I need to make tangent come out. What shall I do? If you divide by sine, you won't get tangent what? Divide by cosine. I got a feeling this will come out tomorrow. So sine x equals to sine x over cosine x, which is tangent x. Meaning, number of solution equals to number of intersection points between y equals to sine x and y equals to tangent x, which you have already drawn. You have already sketched these two. I say it is likely to come out because last year when I set the test paper, I said something like that. I think it is a very popular question. Okay, next. Who needs help for 18? 18, anybody? If they ask you to sketch, they will give marks for a sketch. Yes? 18. Okay, I will not show you the two. How should I do this? No, I will not sketch for you, but I will show you how do you do the second part. We have already sketched y equals to 3 cosine 2x and y equals to 3 sine x minus 1. Use this to find number of roots in cosine 2x sine x minus 1/3. Is there a relationship between this and these two? So let me show you. From here, my next step, I'm going to multiply throughout by 3. So I get 3 cosine 2x, 3 sine x, minus 1. Okay so far? Number of solution for this is number of intersection points between y equals to cosine 2x and y equals to modulus 3 sine x minus 1. Sorry, there's a 3 here. Which you have already sketched one of them, and the other you just flip to obtain this. Can? So that's 18. Finally, for question 23. Anybody got this question wrong when you check the answer? It should be everybody get it wrong, because Answer key at the back wrong. Okay? I will go on to 23. I will skip 22 because it is self-explanatory from the question, from the answer solution. Wait C is 2, A is -6, but B, to determine the value of B, we are using the coordinate 3 pi, 2. So we sub -6 cosine 3 pi over B plus 2. This gives us 2. This is after substituting the coordinate. Sub 3 pi, 2. Yes?
So for A, what is it not 8 minus minus 4 over 2?
Okay, 8 minus 4 over 2 is 6, right?
Yeah.
But the graph for cosine looks like this. However, in this case, in the question, it is a mirror image, which means there is a negative sign in flip. Okay? Okay, back to this. So we cancel off. This becomes 0. Cosine 3 pi over b equals to 0. What are the values of 3 pi over b if cosine is equal to 0? These two. Pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. So this is pi over 2 or 3 pi over 2. Two values, right? One needs to be rejected. Looking at the shape of the graph, we know that a cosine graph has period of 360. Does this graph look like it has a higher frequency or lower frequency than a usual graph? Lower, so we expect the value of b to be bigger than 1. Okay, because for example cosine 2x, we know that period is 360 over 2, which is 180. We are able to squeeze more inside the same interval. But in this case, the frequency is smaller. We expect the value of b to be greater than 1. Therefore, this is going to be okay, you go and evaluate. B will have two answers. 2 over 3, this is rejected, or 2. This will be our value of b. The answer in your mental series gave it as 3 over 2. It is wrong. If 6 cosine put negative, what do you mean? Then it will be wrong because yours it will be a reflected graph. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow.